everybody, welcome back to Make It with Mod Podge. If this is your first time joining me, thank you for being here. My name's Cathie and I do different Mod Podge projects every single week. This week I've got a really fun project to share with you. I know you're saying to yourself, jingle bells already, Cathie? Well, you know what, many people are preparing ahead and they are thinking about what are we gonna make to give. Maybe you're setting up at a boutique, what can we make to sell? And I've got a really fun tissue dispenser idea to share with you. And this is using a mason jar. Look at how cute these are. Now, I did a holiday theme because the holidays are coming, but you could make these every day just by changing up your type of fabric. I'm doing with fabric. You could certainly do them with napkin decoupage as well. Let's take a look at some of our fun fabrics. I've got some Santa Claus, and I love this red truck fabric. I'm using Matte Mod Podge to attach our fabric, and you could use satin or gloss also, but matte just has a nice flat finish to it. And the mason jar, I wanted to show you, this is what our mason jar is like. So we're just using a tall mason jar. You can use the shorter ones. It will work with that. I think probably around like 16 ounces. And for the tissues, I'm using the cylinder tissues that you can pick up. Now again, you could use the square size tissues if you want, but you just have to manipulate them a little bit different. What's cool about these is they come with the top that fits perfectly. So what you will do is, and I'm going to show you completely how to do this in the video, but we're going to use the top from this and use that as our little topper for our jar. So it'll be like this. I just wanted to show you what it looks like not decorated. So you've got your mason jar, your tissues in there, and the tissue lid. And now all you have to do is decorate however you want. So let's dive right in. I'm gonna show you how you attach your fabric with Mod Podge to create all these cute looks. These are great gifts if you're looking for neighbor gifts, you've got school gifts you gotta deal with, or if you're doing something to sell at a boutique. All right, let's do it.
I'm using 100% cotton fabric for this, and you do not need to pre-wash. You're going to wrap your fabric around your jar and then just trim your fabric to size. You're going to need a little bit to overlap and a little bit to overlap on the bottom. I'm using Matte Mod Podge for this project, but you could use gloss or satin. And the first thing that you're gonna do is coat your entire jar with the Mod Podge. Now, I did wipe clean my jar with a little bit of rubbing alcohol, and that just helps the fabric stick better. So you'll coat the whole thing, including that top rim. Then just place your fabric right on top of there, and you'll smooth it with your fingers, just to remove any wrinkles and try to prevent any air bubbles. And make sure you seal that top edge pretty good. We're going to be working that bottom section in the next step. Go ahead and wrap around, and then we're going to seal up that seam just with a little bit more Mod Podge. Now for this project, I'm not top coating, but you can top coat if you want. Once it's completely down, you're going to wait 15 minutes before you move on to the next step. Now we're just gonna add Mod Podge to the bottom of the jar, and then we'll wrap the fabric to the bottom. I'm pressing along the edges just to make sure I get the least amount of wrinkles and just get a nice smooth surface. You can add more Mod Podge where you need it, and then just kind of crimp it together, and then we'll add a bunch more Mod Podge to the top, and that will glue all of that down. Once it's completely dry, you'll be ready to finish off your design. I'm going to add the sparkly ribbon along the top edge. It's important that you don't glue anything where the mason jar lid will reattach. So make sure you're gluing things below that lid line. You can add greenery, ribbon, all sorts of things. For the bottom of it, we're going to give it a polished look just by gluing a little felt circle to the base. That's really nice if you're giving these as gifts or if you're selling these at a boutique. That's also a great place where you could do some branding. You could put your logo there or your contact information. Once you're finished with your design, it's time to add your tissues and your lid. So you're just gonna pop that top off, and then with clean hands, go ahead and add your tissues into the jar. Now, if I'm selling these or giving these, I keep that lid on there, but I'm gonna take this off just so I can show you a close-up of how you put that through. So the tissue just goes right through that center, then you reattach your lid. So easy and so fun. I love how these turn out. They make great gifts.
All right, now you see how easy it is to create a tissue dispenser using a mason jar. So pop on a holiday movie and start your crafting now. Grab some Mod Podge and grab your fabric and get to it. Make sure you tag us with Plaid Crafts or Mod Podge so that we can see what you're making. I'll see you back here next week with another fun project.